Hello, everyone, and welcome to the RedFlex. So, yesterday, Manchester United handed the title to Manchester City. Not really handed it, they already won it, but just kind of confirmed it. We also, this is true, handed Leicester Champions League qualification because, as you know, Leicester are perennial bottle jobs. They were doing their absolute best to not get into the Champions League as they do every year. They were stuttering and stumbling all the way. And then Man United just came along and said, it's all right, I'll show you how it's done. And then just kind of gifted it to them because I firmly believe that without Manchester United fielding the experimental lineup that they did yesterday, Leicester would have probably gone on to lose that game and probably lost enough games to go and get themselves out of Champions League. And then opening the door for Liverpool. So obviously we had to make sure we had to do what we had to do. So thankfully we did that. Giving Leicester the little helping hand that they needed to make sure. I'm pretty sure now that even Leicester, who are known for what they're known for, are going to get through now, thankfully. And hopefully tomorrow, it's the Scousers Cup final, Liverpool's Cup final. Their whole season, the whole ambition of the so-called best team that there ever was in the Premier League in the history of football is going to be playing on Thursday nights, hopefully. God willing, they'll be playing Thursday nights, and all it takes is for us to put that final nail into that particular coffin, and then obviously we'll be seeing Van Dijk in the Europa League, Mo Salah, Europa League. Henderson belongs there anyway, so there'll be no surprise. But yeah, there's some good players that are going to be playing Europa League football next year, which is wonderful. So yeah, the game yesterday, it was a surprise. I didn't really expect Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to play the players that he did, and Elanga was an absolute left field. No one would have thought that Elanga was going to play yesterday, absolutely out of nowhere. Everyone else, you could see why he would do it, but Elanga, yeah, he took a big risk, and it was very unlike Ole to do that. But it would be very like Ole to do that specifically, knowing that that result would directly affect Liverpool, because, as we all know, he absolutely hates Liverpool. So he's done what he's done. Liverpool fans, there was a wonderful clip going around yesterday where there was a Liverpool fan crying when he saw the Man United team sheet, which I found hilarious. So shout out to whichever content creator that was. I would love to do a video with you on the basis of that. So experimental lineup yesterday, all sorts of insufficiencies, let's just say. It was a very, very rusty team, a team that you could tell had not played football for the majority of the season. And it is what it is. We got a 1-1. I didn't expect that. Once we went 1-0 down, I thoroughly expected Leicester to see the game out. We got the 1-1. There was a little bit of hope that we could kind of maybe just see it through with the 1-1. It would have been nice, to keep the some sort of unbeaten streak alive, because it feels like a very long time since I've seen Man United lose. And when we did finally lose, I wasn't that particularly bothered, but it is what it is. 4 points required from the last 3 games of the season. Hopefully we can get 3 of those and pretty much secure second place tomorrow. That would just be wonderful. Like I said, I don't want to keep harping on about it, but 3 points for us secures second place, and 3 points which would end Liverpool's hopes of anything, which is wonderful. So Soom says, if we can't give the youngsters a chance to show what they're aiming for, to build confidence and desire to be better, understand what it takes to play at the theatre, 2-1 loss, not that bad. Yeah, to be fair, I didn't think it was that bad. I thought Leicester were awful yesterday. I thought Leicester were absolutely awful. And had we had even a little bit of quality on the pitch, or had our players been a little bit in match rhythm, we would have beaten them yesterday. Like I said, Leicester stuttering and spluttering their way towards the end of the season. They literally, their tank's on empty, and it's been on empty for the last 3 or 4 games, and they're doing their best just to scrape over the line So it's like, the marathon, when you see those like ends to the marathon where literally the guy's like almost dying, crawling his way just for the finish line, and then someone comes along, picks them up, and kind of carries them to the end. That was what Manchester United did yesterday. They would have lost that game with ease. Like, I rate Leicester. Maybe they didn't go all out. I don't know, but that Leicester performance wasn't great. They did just enough. Don't get me wrong, they did enough. They did what they had to. The midfield dominated our midfield, which it probably would have had we had our full strength team out anyway, but there was a lot of passing that was going awry. So had we had a little bit more in the midfield, a little bit more zip in the midfield, maybe a Fred in there just to kind of hassle them a little bit, we might have had a little bit of joy. But yeah, it is what it is. We're not too fussed. We carry on. It's all about the Europa League for us now. That's literally all that's left in this season is the Europa League. Beat Liverpool tomorrow just to kind of end their hopes, really. I mean, whether we do or whether we don't, it's up to them what they do for the rest of the season, but we need to focus on ourselves. So yeah, it'd be nice to beat them tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to. Should Manchester United reserves not be better than Leicester's first team? No, our reserves yesterday it was not a great side yesterday. It was a bottom of the table. It was a bottom of the table team yesterday. If that team was the full strength Manchester United squad, that's a bottom of the table team. Unfortunately, you would struggle to stay in the Premier League with that squad. We've got to remember that Leicester are third. Leicester are third, and deservedly so. Yes, their form towards the end of the season has been horrendous, but they're deservedly where they are. They are one of the top teams in the Premier League. So our reserves shouldn't really be able to beat them. If we're Man City and we have 22 players who cost 50 million plus, then yes, we should be able to. But our bench is not at that quality. If we run through the team, Brandon Williams, unfortunately, not first team quality yet. Bailly, again, maybe not much rhythm. Twanzebe, again, not played enough. Probably needs another loan, to be fair. Tellez, again, good. He's decent, but it's just not enough minutes under the belt. Matic, maybe a little bit slow, although he was probably the man of the match yesterday. His quality did shine through. Donny van der Beek, again, minutes has let him down. Juan Mata, his legs, minutes have let him down. Ahmad, just raw talent. Alanga, out of nowhere, probably didn't even know himself he was going to play until a few days ago. So, and then Mason Greenwood, genuine quality up front. So out of that team, maybe a handful of players that are even close to first team quality. So it is what it is. Based on what Ole said, should we expect major transfer business? So if you don't know already, Ole was in his post-match yesterday, did say, he congratulated Man City yesterday, and he said, yes, they should be, they're worthy champions, and we've done well to push them to the last 10 games of the season, 10 days of the season. We've done well. This is, we need to catch them up, and we do need a few players. So it was the first time he's not sat on the fence and just said, we need to do better, or we need to catch up. It was, we need a few more people, or we need a few more in, or words to that effect. So yeah, it's the first serious intent, and he's put it out there. And it's the first time probably people have seen Ole go against the Glazers, which people say he doesn't normally do. So he's not gone against them really. He's just put it out there that we need a few in to do the business. So yeah, we should expect people to come in. Whether those people are going to be of the quality that we want is a different story. So I don't know how much they're going to back us. But yeah, we do definitely need 3 or 4, because if we need to change the team at another point during the season, next season, and we have to play some academy kids who have never played before, that's a problem. Yeah, James could have been in the mix, but we needed better, really. We needed better. But that's that. So Liverpool tomorrow, there is a planned protest at 6 p.m. Barricades were up from even yesterday, and there was a police presence at Old Trafford yesterday, but there was no one really there protesting. Tomorrow, 6 p.m., prior to the Liverpool game, obviously, which kicks off at 8, there is a protest. We do plan to be there tomorrow, bringing you some of that coverage to see how it is, even though it may be Eid for some of the Muslim followers. Shout out to you. Obviously, some of you are in the last day of Ramadan, so shout out to you. And if it is Eid tomorrow, Eid Mubarak. But yeah, it will be there regardless. We'll be there to see how it is, whether it's a bigger protest, whether it's a smaller protest, we don't know, but we'll be there to protest against the club being bled dry, really. I mean, no matter who you can't really choose your owners. Obviously, we can't at the moment. We'd like to be able to. We'd like to have the 50+1, but all we would really want from the Glazers is, for me, it's like, look, you've bought business with debt. What you'd probably, as a business person, what you'd probably want to do is, okay, you've bought the business with debt. Use the profit of the business to clear the debt. So now you own the business outright. So it's like a mortgage. So if you buy a house, you're buying a house with a mortgage, you technically with the bank's money, but over time you're paying into it. So one day you own the house outright, and that value of the house, should you go to sell it, you would get the full quantity. Wouldn't that make business sense? So the fact that the Glazers have been, I just don't understand what they want. Obviously they want the dividends for themselves, but in terms of business sense, use the profit of Manchester United, yes, to clear the debt. And then that way, when you do eventually sell Manchester United, you will get all of the profit. So, and then not putting into the team, that's a whole different scenario. We all know about this chronic undervaluing of the team and not pushing into the team compared to the amount of money we get. So yeah, we've already covered this one. So yeah, so we'll be protesting against the Glazers, no doubt. A lot of people will be there. I mean, we're mainly there in the capacity to just kind of report what's going on. But these are the sentiments that certainly I share. So I will see you there tomorrow. For those of you who are there. So if you are there and you see us and you do watch the channel, please, give us a shout, give us a wave. If you can't be there, if you're one of our many international followers, we'll try to stream some of it live for you. But obviously there'll be a lot of uploads after the protest, so you can check out what people have been saying and just the general vibe. So yeah, that's all for now. Like I said, in summary, we literally handed Leicester a place in the Champions League, and hopefully we've ended Liverpool's hopes of Europe. And tomorrow we can pretty much seal the deal, because tomorrow is their cup final. The whole season of Liverpool rests on tomorrow, and I would love it if we beat them. Love it.